Welcome to ARTx, and my name is Aisha, and I'm an artist at the Boys and Girls Club, and enjoy the show.
Wisconsin has a long and proud history of the arts springing from the grassroots. We've always been a place where farmers have written poetry and people have been in church choirs and community choirs, and the Wisconsin idea has been part of our lives to help us be a progressive state. And although politics are interesting and things have changed, we still have that foundation of progressivism and community in this state, in every corner of the state, that we can build on. And so artistic expression as part of the Wisconsin idea and as part of community life has always been really important to the people of Wisconsin. So my job as Director of Arts Wisconsin is to help nourish that, is to help people pay attention to that, is to sort of stand on the stage and say, pay attention to the arts because the arts are important. What do I mean when I say the arts? What do I mean when I talk about the arts as an investment? What do I mean when I say that the arts are essential to Wisconsin's future and that the arts are a great investment? When I was a young aspiring actress, I remember that I was very unsure about how I would proceed making a life for myself in a way that where I didn't have any role models. Nobody in people in my family were involved in the arts, but nobody had ever gone on to be a professional actor or a professional arts person in any sort of way. I didn't have any idea that there were other kinds of jobs besides just being on stage. I didn't know that I could be behind the camera. I didn't know that I could work in design or art in an artistic way. I'm glad that there are more opportunities now for kids to learn that and for kids to be able to figure out how they make their life in the arts. And I think what I want to say to 21st century kids is, don't worry so much. Mistakes are part of life, but the lessons you learn along the way are not mistakes. They're lessons learned along the way. I wish that I had had more confidence to kind of go forth and try the things that I really wanted to do without feeling like somebody would judge me and how maybe I'd make mistakes and then people would laugh at me or whatever. So I really encourage people to trust their instincts and to not be afraid to take the first step and then to take another step after that, and then to take another step after that. These days, I will say that I talk more about creativity than arts, because my job is not to say that's art and that's not, or this person's an artist and that's not, because I believe, Arts Wisconsin believes that everyone is creative. To me, arts education is probably the most important part of that, because you have to start early. If you have the opportunity and you have the benefit of starting early in the arts, then it's a lifelong passion. Then you get to use it not only for enjoyment, not only because you want to be able to sing or you want to be on the stage, but also as a skill that you take into your work life. In this day and age, as I said, creativity is a resource that we can really harness. The arts are kind of a big part of a lot of different kinds of jobs, and you can actually measure that. There are actually people who measure those numbers. So I can go into a legislator's office in the state capitol and I can say, did you know that there are almost 51,000 jobs in Wisconsin that are in the arts? And they'll say, no, we had no idea. We thought that it was just some people, kind of making pottery in their basement. But we can talk about the arts as a profession, as something that you can do your whole life, hopefully make some money at. One of the things that we also talk about a lot is that the whole idea of sort of creating your own job or creating your own entrepreneurial passion. Yeah, there are jobs. You can go out and get a job and certainly get a job in the arts. But you can also use your artistic creativity to be able to come up with some new idea that nobody ever heard of and make that into a business, make that into a job, make that into a skill that you can use for your whole life. So that's a big part of the message that we carry, that creativity is not only a good investment for Wisconsin, it's not only a great resource that Wisconsin has in abundance, and we need to make sure that we can use, but that kids, wherever they are and whatever they're interested in, need to be able to express themselves creatively. So, that's the message that we carry to the legislature when we lobby the legislators for more money for the arts. That's the message we bring to community groups when we talk about why they should support the arts. That's the message in the education world and in the sort of community engagement world that we talk about, that the arts are something that every kid really should be part of. I feel pretty optimistic about what's happening in Wisconsin these days, even though it feels like a crazy time, because the things that people are doing on the ground, in the big cities, in the small towns, everywhere in between, is really a force for change. And I think it's being driven by the artists, by the people who are allowed to help let their creativity flourish, who are innovative and imaginative and entrepreneurial. It's a resource that we should be investing in. It propels education, the economy, quality of life. It's what we build our companies on, it's what we build our communities on. So every person in Wisconsin needs to be nurtured so that their creativity comes out. So I really encourage people to pay attention to that inner creative spirit, figure out how you can use it to move forward in life, and try to use it also for community good.